Oh boy. Okay.
Hello,
Hi.
I'm Blabui.
I am Peed Boy.
Sure.
Peter.
Basically, he was filling in the extra E's. Anyway, so, hello.
Hi.
Basically, this commentary is just going to be random stuff about DeFi and its various random issues.
Pretty much just one central issue. Not
Yeah.
well. See, we don't want to make this seem like this is like a huge mega deal that's gonna ruin our lives. Like we're leaving and stuff. No, we're not leaving. We're not super upset. It's just a concern that we want to voice.
Yeah, and I feel like the stuff that we're talking about should be taken into consideration, like not really thought about for 10 seconds and then just kind of like, oh yeah, I mean, I guess this is their point, and then just continue on.
Yeah, exactly. And it's important that especially for people in DeFi, because I feel like this is one of we have a very specific audience. Like the people in DeFi, if you're in DeFi, we're talking to you here.
Yes.
But we're also talking to other people so they get an idea just because robots.
Yeah, no, and I also want to hear other people's opinions on how all this stuff works.
It would be interesting.
You know, like people
we'll
that
try
aren't
to sum
part
it up.
of it and what they think
so
about it.
Because of that, I think I should give some background information to where we are.
Okay.
So, I was leader, right? And then I'd say midsummer, Elias messages me, and he wasn't upset with the way I was running things, but he wanted some change. And I respect Elias. I had no problem with it. I was very open to what his idea was. His idea was that there'd be 5 leaders. So I'm like, all right, awesome, let's do it. I wasn't hesitant. I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna give it power, boo. Yeah. I was like, all right, this could be cool. Mm-hmm. So the first 5 leaders were me, Elias, Ultra, Spartan, and ZGNTX. Mm-hmm. And it was us 5 running stuff. And then what happened to happen was later, more towards the school year beginning, Elias realized that he really needed to move on. He couldn't really run DeFi or help us lead it. So
he had other obligations.
Exactly. And that happens. And we were cool with that. So he had to step down. And then we just brought in Sushi, because Sushi is a smart, very smart dude. So we're like, all right. So now the 5 of us is those 4 and Sushi.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time now, like when it gets to these 5 people like doing things, from at least my standpoint, it doesn't feel like many things have changed except for the fact that it's a lot more frustrating to get things done. Like we're still putting out videos and they're not bad videos.
I think as you guys listen to this commentary, it's just important. Keep in mind that with 5 leaders, it's not just for the sake of having 5 leaders. It should make the clan better than when there was 1 leader. Yeah, right. It should make it significantly better.
It should make it easier for things to happen.
Right.
And and for lots of things to basically like for people to put out more content, I guess. You know what I mean? Where it's like this person's running this project, this person's running that project.
Exactly. And you have a lot of people in charge.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, and you think about what the situation is now with DeFi, it's really is it that much better than if there were to be just 1 leader? I mean, because that's the question.
Yeah, I feel like we're still putting up the same quality content, and it's none of it's really bad. I don't think. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think 5 leaders would really influence the way videos end up becoming. Yeah. It's just sometimes it makes it more difficult to accomplish other things.
Yeah, I mean, because for instance, and I think that this is something a lot of people can relate to, where if you, how is it, I've done this before, right. Where I shoot out an idea that I think is actually pretty good, and I think it's kind of creative, and and I want to see what other people think about it, just as a basis to start, and if people don't really like it, I could try changing it a little bit. Right. But now with 5 leaders, it's not just Pete here saying oh yeah, I don't know if you should do that, maybe try something else. Instead, it's more of it's a good idea or it sucks and we're not doing it.
Right. And I think building off of that, because it kind of made me think, I'm not saying I'm superior. I'm not trying to get at that at all. It's just that when there's 1 leader, I kind of feel like it was actually almost like it was a more broad opinion, because it's 1 person, but they don't want to say it's my decision. So they're kind of they take into consideration everyone's viewpoint. As opposed to when there's 5, it's all right, we're the 5 decision makers. Whatever everyone else says, it's our 5 opinions decided. So it's actually almost even though there's 5 leaders, it's kind of lessening the call.
I mean there's more pressure on it also. Yeah. Which could make it harder to present your idea to people when there's these 5 dudes staring you down. but also the idea of there being 5 leaders where when only 2 of them have actually, I feel at least, earned their position, really. I mean, because I think Peter here is definitely earned his position. He gets a lot of clips, he edits, and Yultra's also definitely. I feel like Yultra's
Yultra?
like really like honestly, Yultra gets a crap ton of clips. Like I've seen his clip folder, okay, and none of them are very average at all.
He's a boss, and editing.
And editing, he's really good at editing. You know,
he's fucking come out of nowhere, and he's worked hard, and he's become a good editor.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're going to be a leader and you're going to represent a clan that is, you know, about getting like really good clips and having awesome editing, you should be able to do both. You know,
yeah, definitely.
Like to an extent.
I understand where he's coming from, and like also just interestingly enough, it's also a YouTube clan. And me and Yultra are really, like we all have,
they're YouTubers.
Yeah, we all like everyone in the five of us has a YouTube, but like he has whatever 1,000 something subs. We have 900, so that's kind of a little.
And you know, I mean, I'm not trying to hate on anybody here or anything, but like, for instance, Hi is just a player. You know what I mean? Like Hi doesn't really do much editing as I've seen. Like I've seen a montage.
Cool. Yeah, like he's making some videos and stuff, which is very cool.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's less of, like, the full package. Nothing, again, nothing against Hi, because we're not saying these people are useless. It's just...
Yeah, no, definitely not. But I'm just saying that, like, I feel if it came down to, like, him or Yultra, you'd probably pick Yultra, because Yultra's got, like, the full thing. Like, he's got everything going for him.
You know, he seems like a leader.
And... Meanwhile, again, Sushi is also just a player. And, you know, even though Sushi is a really smart guy and he could probably make decisions, like, a lot better than some people, like, it's not like we can't consult him.
Yeah.
If he's just a regular person.
Exactly. And that applies for anyone in the five of us. Like, I respect their opinion. I think the troubling thing is, like, for me personally in the five of us, it's like, all right, well, for example, I'm not picking on Sushi again, but say Sushi thinks something, and I'm like, all right, what do you guys think about this? Sushi says this. It's like, all right, well, Sushi thinks this. That's his vote. Mm-hmm. But it's not like I don't support whatever YFed thinks of it too. Yeah. But because YFed's not a leader,
it almost seems like it doesn't matter as much if he.
Yeah, but I respect their opinions just as equally. Yeah. I don't think just.
Yeah. I mean, because I think that too, where it's like when you have a sort of like a league of leaders,
right?
It's like everybody underneath those are just kind of the people holding you up there. You know what I mean? Like. And there's, you know, if somebody has something to say, it's more like you can't rely on the entire clan to, you know, help you come to a decision for it.
Right.
It's like you have these 4 other people here.
Right, yeah. And again, nothing against Elias because it's not like, you know, it's just never we've really thought about. Yeah. But when we decide to change to 5 leaders, I'd never even thought about, like, the rest of the players and how they'd feel about that and how they'd feel about, like, going from me just kind of being that one leader that they'd look up to having 4 new people that they'd have to consider leaders.
I mean, and at the same time, it is more convenient in a way to have 5 leaders because there's 4 other people now that we can consult. Like if Petey's gone, you know, like if let's just say he was like out for like a weekend, you know, and this person's video is ready and you really want it up by Saturday, but Peter's not going to be there on Saturday, you know. Then you could give it to somebody else in the clan and they could upload it. But, like, at the same time, there's a lot of people not doing anything.
Yeah, like, and I think what Bui's getting at there is actually what, like, the ideal situation with the 5 of us would be, where it's like a bunch of equally, I don't know, good, equally whatever leaders, equal leaders, like, of 5 PDs, basically. Or it doesn't even have to be 5 PDs, 5 Yultras, 5 guys that are leaders. Yeah. But... And I'm not trying to speak down to anyone. And I'm not trying, you know. The point is that it feels like it's not really we're 5 equal leaders. It feels like, you know, there's still an imbalance of, like, responsibilities.
And we were kind of going on, like, over this a little bit before where it's like, this person's just as normal as I am, but he's a leader. Like what exactly, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
and, you know, it's like, why is he a leader compared to, like, you know, sure, he's been more involved with the clan as of late. Yeah. But, like, and actually, I think this is a good point for me to bring up an idea I had. And again, I'm not sure if this is going to happen. This is just something to consider. Mm-hmm. And I don't want it to sound like, again, like I'm tooting my own horn, but I'm just trying to think what could help DeFy.
Or just basically what works.
What would make people happy, at least. Yeah. Because at the very least, if the 5 of us isn't making the DeFy content any better, why not just make it so this whole system makes people happy? And what I think would make people the happiest is so we go back to me basically being like the leader, right? Mm-hmm. what I like about the five of us is that it's not just me feeling alone. That I like if I had to make a decision, I have people that I could talk to. So obviously I'll ask everyone, but say I'll have like a side group for certain decisions, and that'll be like it won't be just like 5 people. It'll be maybe like 10 to 12, like because I'm not gonna again speak down to anyone, but there's certain DeFi members, for example, Triple Rec, who's not exactly around that much, and you know, he acknowledges that and stuff. So I don't want his opinion to be equal to like Bui's opinion. Yeah. But at the same time, I want Bui's opinion to be equal to Sushi's opinion. Yeah. Because they're pretty much equal. So let's throw them all into this special group that help me make decisions, right? And we can vote on stuff. Yeah. So that's that. Then we have certain people that have like the password to the channel, and I leave them in charge of uploading certain types of videos. So whereas I'm kind of getting these videos from the players or from the editors and stuff, these guys are in charge of certain. For example, X is like in charge of weekly challenges videos. Yeah. So he's the one that's
weekly.
Yeah, so he's the one that's organizing that stuff. He's the one that's making that, and that's his job. Yeah. And I have other people that are in charge of that, depending on what they want to do. And I think overall, something like that would just mesh better for everyone in the clan, as opposed to feeling like they're kind of as like a less confusing. I mean, obviously that might sound more intricate, but I think it would work better, personally.
Yeah. And it also give people a chance to like be involved more because because one of the complaints recently has been that like people aren't getting involved now, but it's like it's almost like people don't get the chance to get involved because the only people that think they're doing things are the leaders.
Right. Yeah, and I feel like it's something that like editors or anyone who really wants to make a video should be aware of, because people have been like, oh yeah, I'll edit and stuff. I'm like, oh, why didn't you ask me for a clip? And they just, it was a weird situation for that to happen, and they didn't really feel like they can go out and do that. Yeah. But, it'll just seem more easygoing. Because, and this is something important that I want to point out. Mm-hmm. It might be a little random, but it's a nice little anecdote. Way back when DeFi had started, I made this video called PD Sample. I mentioned this in the description, a Bui sample. But yeah, so basically I made that video. And it was literally just to show to Elias, to show him that, I wanted to edit and stuff. So it was like, here, this is how I edit, basically. Yeah. And he saw it and he was like, oh, hey, good job. And he uploaded it to DeFi. And I didn't even expect him to upload it, but he did. Yeah. And I was like, man, this is awesome. And then ever since I became leader in January this year, that, like, has been, like, it's been in my head that, like, this isn't like, my channel. Yeah. This is DeFi's channel. Like, if a player wants to upload a video, I'm not going to say, like, oh, well, like, 4 other people will think this is not worth uploading. Yeah. I understand that this is the clan's channel, and we're going to upload whatever we want, whatever the guys want. And I'm not saying, like, anything against these people, but I don't think the other guys might completely comprehend that as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think you're also right there, where it's like, I mean, because really, we want to upload videos that, like, I don't want to upload a video that I think is going to please everyone. You know what I mean?
Right. Like sometimes, obviously the fans are awesome. We want to please you, but it's also about us having fun, because we're
I also want to be pleased with whatever I made. Right. Like I'm not going to make a video going into it thinking like, oh my god, this is going to be the most viewed Uncharted video like ever. You know, it's going to be amazing. No, because I don't think that's what we really originally set out to do. Like, the whole idea was that we're just going to be a bunch of guys who support each other in what we do, and we're going to have fun, which is why we're supporting Light.
Yeah, exactly. We want to support Light because they're cool guys, and we want them to have just as much chances for fun as us.
Yeah, no, and so far we've had a lot of fun, but recently, like, with this whole 5 leaders thing, it's getting all complicated, and
it's just
like, I don't know, it's just kind of,
it might seem more serious when in reality I don't think it should be.
Yeah, I don't think that's the point. You know what I mean? Like,
and see, this is this point in the argument might be where other people in the clan will jump in, disagree, and then nothing will really get changed. And if that happens, well, whatever, we'll deal with it. We'll have to.
We're gonna have to deal.
We'll have to work on whatever we're working on. But the point is, if people see that it's just for fun, I think they agree with most of what we said. Yeah. And want to make changes.
Maybe we can figure something out. So,
which would be cool.
We'll give you updates, I guess.
Yeah,
on whatever's happening.
Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you stuck around and are able to give your own opinion. Wow, wait, did this one go a lot longer?
Yeah, this went a lot longer. Wow. Like we did a video before this. And this one has gone like at least twice as long.
Well,
so thanks for listening, guys.
Yep.
Really appreciate it. Any opinions, whether you're in DeFi or not, we just want to hear what you guys think about this whole situation. And yeah, thanks for listening. Yeah. And goodbye.
No. What?
It's still recording.
No.